Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey. My heterosexual life mate, Da Dave.
Hello.
And the ever-loving, ever-popping AJ.
Howdy doody.
And our honorary member of the Gentleman Society of Podcasting, Mr. Malcolm.
Hello.
Hello.
Is that his official title? Mr. Malcolm?
Mr. Malcolm.
Mr.
Yes,
Malcolm?
that's what
All
it
right,
is
yes.
right
Esquire
now.
the third?
It will evolve like all of our names have done throughout
Eventually.
the thing. But yes,
Gotcha.
yes. For right now, it's Mr. Malcolm.
As will my own intro. It needs to evolve, but
Yeah.
we'll start with low expectations. It'll be great.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good play.
Yeah,
That's a very
yeah,
good play.
yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Malcolm. Today, we're going to have ourselves a little State of the Tech Union address talking about all the ridiculousness that technology is delivering in the world today.
So
And
essentially a gadget gab?
something like that,
Okay.
yeah. And Mac,
all right.
I can't think of a better expert than you, sir.
Oh,
I-
the expectations are
Yeah,
high
yeah.
off
they
the
are.
hop.
They are. I mean, you're the only one that does own a Tesla out of the four of us, so you know that's
It's something.
true.
Good
It's some
start,
kind
you
of
know.
cred.
Is that
Yeah.
like the
benchmark.
like one of four?
Yeah, I think so. That if one of four people own the Tesla, they're the expert. They're the tech
Wow.
expert.
I was
Wow.
just thinking
Oh.
one of four people in
techspert.
general own a Tesla.
Oh yeah,
One
Like
day.
One of
One day.
four people smoke.
yeah,
Yeah.
The same.
Not
thing.
anymore. Really? Oh, in our podcast, though. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, I don't know the exact statistics on it.
Okay. I don't think we're 25% this time. No, I always thought of smokers as being quite low now.
We are a minority.
Yes, you are.
a
Yes.
minority.
I attempt to not make fun of
Yeah.
you, but you know.
You're a minority. You're a minority, just like all the other minorities out there.
That's right.
Oh,
right.
woe is me. I just want to smoke my cigarettes.
I know.
Peace.
Well, I'm glad that stats are a little fuzzy right off the hop because
Oh, yeah.
I don't have strong numbers in my head about anything. So
As long as you speak with about your stats with confidence, you're good.
Yeah, yeah.
As long as you come out.
Yeah,
Okay.
you say, after the episode, Google it. You'll see how
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
you'll
yeah,
see
you'll
how
see-
right.
you
That's
know,
right.
right. Yeah, yeah,
we'll
yeah.
put links in the description for all of the sources. I'm sure.
Hey, that's my game. That's
We'll-
what I
oh,
do.
no.
We'll just Google it in the middle of the conversation.
That's true.
We
Yeah.
have done that. Yeah,
That's true.
Mind you, since there's like evidence now, we may not be able.
We
to
may not
quite
be able
as
to do
easily.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. I'll just
Yeah.
be checking what I'm talking about as
Yeah,
we
yeah,
fly.
I'm just playing with my toy. I'm
It's
playing
gonna
with my
be
toy.
nothing.
that's all.
Exactly.
It's gonna be
Ooh, I
fine.
do have a message.
I like the fact that we're doing a video episode because we're gonna one thing for our 20s of fans out
Hi,
there.
everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
For special guests and special episodes, we're gonna try to do videos this season.
I just
And here's
realized
our
what.
first one.
Okay, I'll do it
What?
later.
Oh,
well,
no,
on
do
the
it now.
intro, we're on video. I should have done like a.
Oh, you
I
know
was
what?
talking,
missed
get my
opportunity.
headphones.
Sorry, man.
We'll edit that and post now with that.
Chris is gonna
sexy
get
mullet.
a crop close up in the slow mo.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like beat it, let the
Give her own Baywatch moment.
flow.
Yeah.
Now wait, of three of the four people sing? Because this is going to be a problem if I'm supposed to sing.
Yeah, no, I would say 3 out of the 4 of us sing.
Yeah. Oh well,
Well, I don't know
Well.
about well.
Oh yeah, we never said well, but say I'd love to sing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
okay. Well, as long as there's no expectations there.
AJ probably sings the best out of us, but we all sing for
The
sure.
best-ish.
Definitely. Best-ish, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. But we all sing for sure.
I'm really good at the drums.
You're amazing.
Yeah,
you might
yeah.
be better than AJ on the drums.
Well, AJ's getting there.
He's
He's getting there.
He's a pro on the bum drums.
That's true. We do have to have like a drum competition between you two,
Yeah.
for sure. You
Yeah.
on real drums. and you
by
on
the way,
drums.
I have no problem. I'm going to say,
That's right.
but I'm doing my style of
Of
drums.
course, not even a question.
Okay.
Bucket drumming.
No,
Just straight up air drumming.
Yeah, air drum with no shirt.
Yeah.
There's a video
yeah.
episode.
Can't beat that.
Oh, yeah. Nope. Nope. Oh, I could be that. That's how we're doing it.
I was not prepared for that, but that's
I love
okay.
it.
That's okay.
And right away we're off the
Wait,
rails.
you weren't prepared? Oh shit, we really should have
We
warned them.
really should have told
Yeah, I
them.
didn't
well,
know this
What the hell.
was.
Roll with it. Just roll with
Yeah,
it.
no, it's fine.
I love it.
Start taking your shirt off.
It's usually about 20 minutes in when you start, so you may as well start.
But
taking it up
if he's
close.
not prepared, then he is prepared.
then he is prepared.
I
exactly.
suppose.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even have a shirt that can unbutton, so.
That's true. That's
Well, he can get
because
some
I have
chesty
other
hairs.
ways to get him out.
Oh, okay.
That's why
All right then.
I'm an expert at this. After 105 episodes, you learn how to take your clothes off on air without people knowing it. Wait, okay, I'm done now.
School of Howard Stern.
Howard Stern, that's right. Exactly. So speaking of technology,
Wow, what a segue.
Speaking into technology.
speaking into it, yeah. Techspert. Why is that a coin term?
Yeah.
Malcolm, lead us down a rabbit
That's
hole,
not me.
sir. What do you wanna get us on going?
Let's talk about passwords.
Passwords. Oh, it's so much fun talking about passwords. Love it.
So this is very timely. As you may or may not know, there's a number of like password managers on the market, right? So that you hopefully don't reuse the same password everywhere. But one of the major ones, LastPass, has suffered a number of breaches in recent years, even a number of them over the years.
Yep.
And
Who could have seen that coming?
yes. So this week they revealed that the breach that they talked about last fall is even worse than expected because one of their like senior developers, I think is the right term, was accessing decrypted vaults on their home computer.
What?
That got breached through what's that? Plex seems to be the attack vector. And a bunch of stuff that was very like privileged information, apparently only a few people in the company had access to, was stolen.
Oh, wow.
Oh, damn.
Dun dun dun.
Right?
So that makes it a salient topic for today because it's very like recent news.
That's
so
why
my
all
question
passwords are
is
password.
To keep it secure.
Because really, who's gonna think this dummy's gonna choose password as a password?
Nobody would ever.
What a terrible plan. Yeah. So I'm curious, without revealing your own potential vulnerabilities to the world about your own password practices, I'm curious to know around the room what is something someone like you might be doing with your passwords?
You know what's funny? So I'll jump right in because it's one of those funny things. I'm a LastPasser. I've been a LastPasser for pretty much since they opened, because the challenge we always have is in the company I work for, I actually have multiple services, servers, blah, 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 all over the world. Yeah, it's true.
Okay. All right.
But at any rate, and so I always wanted unique. That way, if we ever had an issue, in theory, things, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so, I'm one of those fine people. And I have to admit, even after the event last year, the big thing I went through, I'm still a LastPassian. I have to admit, I've always been happy. But two things I did was regenerate all the damn passwords. That's one thing I do like about password managers is that you just regenerate everything. It's
true.
And then I did one. Actually, I did three things, but the second one, 2 and 3 are basically the same. I put on basically everything requires, the authentication confirmation now.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Anytime I log into something, the most I'll do as far as saving it would be that 30 days. So at least in 30 days, I don't save my credit card information on the LastPass or anywhere else. Silly shit like that.
Yeah.
That's the big thing I've been trying to, just keep it good. What's funny? I have actually had an issue with one of our services being compromised.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And how did this happen? One of the lovely people in my family signed up for a service through another service. No. And during that, even though the billing is still associated to the main one, so I didn't lose anything, they could enter their own password for that particular access.
Oh,
and it was something along the lines of password.
And
honestly, it got compromised, and I got the warning about the password change. I give a little bit of a credit to the third party who had nothing to do with this as far as making the opening. In that when I reported it as hey, this is improper. Day later, account totally closed, shut down, everything, easy peasy.
Of it. Nice.
Didn't lose anything.
Nice.
Wow.
So don't let your children choose passwords.
Yeah.
There's a rule number 1.
But that's me. I'm a LastPassian.
Nice.
All right.
Let your dog choose your password.
Yeah.
There you go. The
Just
scratch.
it is random, right? Because they're not actually thinking about what they're doing. So you just kind of or a chicken. You just kind of let it peck at keys.
There is the one small problem with that.
They'll pick a password so good you won't even know what it is.
Well, it's more of that question. And what, you're just watching?
What you don't know is when you hit regenerate on LastPass, there's a team of chickens just hitting random.
Yeah, no, that is,
and that's what comes back to you.
Yeah, that is officially how it works.
Yeah, sure.
And that's the big problem. Is that's how it was released.
Yeah, well, it's like the
chickens are untrustworthy.
Chickens powered.
The game show back in the day where the guy figured everything out, or the timing. Way back in the day. Fuck, what was that game called? The spinny thing.
Was it a spinny thing?
No, like the lights went on. Whammy.
No whammy.
Yeah, no whammies.
Press your luck.
That's it. Yeah, that guy that was able to actually figure out the timing just by watching the television.
There's like a whole fucking documentary about that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, wild. Speaking of timing things, this is a very strange tangent, but I don't know if you've seen the Mark Rober YouTube channel. He's the guy that did the Porch Pirates, exploding packages.
Oh,
thing.
yes. And part of it was fake people. And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he
anywho.
also worked on the Mars rover, but I mean, he's more
But the YouTube guy.
the YouTube guy. So he actually made machines that would fit inside a backpack to go to some of these games that are in different places that are supposed to be games of skill. So as the thing circles, you got to hit the button at the right time, and then you can win money.
Silly games at the rec
like an arcade.
Oh, okay,
gotcha. So it's supposed to be a game of timing. If you hit the button at the right time, you can win a prize. Well, he set up something that had a photo sensor so you could get exactly when the light was coming, a solenoid that would press the button. And so it's down to the millisecond. I mean, it's literally computer controlled timing, and still couldn't win reliably.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was a pretty clear reveal. I mean, maybe something that we've always known about carnival things, but in this specific case, even when it seems to be billed as a game of skill, a computer can't win. So clearly it's not.
There's always that... Because I used to watch guys who would go and play these games like claw games or whatever, tickets. And there's always that, like you say, that they'd have that timing, but then it would go just one past or something. That one light passed or one light before or some goofy thing.
Yeah, the light would be delayed versus what it would normally do.
Yeah. Well, and it's as part of that particular episode, he was able to get a hold of the venue manual for some of these things, and there basically just is a setting what percentage of the time do you want people to win, and you just monkey with it in the background, and it's
jackpot
Good
machines
times.
back in the day, even going to the fair, those games. I'll show you how easy it is.
Okay,
I want to use your tool. I don't want these ones. No,
you got to use yeah, it's always good times. Anyway,
I'm sure that's exactly what they do for casino games as well. They just have a
there is.
Yeah, there's a tolerance. There's a payout.
That's why they have the exact numbers about the machines. It's a 99.7% payout.
Right.
Yeah, sure it is. They're paying you with a free spin. Still counts. Still counts.
That's right. You got a free spin. Yeah.
So as long as they have that many, they can still happily just take your money the rest of the time.
Yeah. Yeah, with passwords.
back to passwords.
Back to passwords.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I remember a day when I would basically choose my passwords all around a subject of some sort, and I would try to vary them out.
Right.
Oh, nice.
I think now, though, it's too hard to do that. There's just too damn many. So you need
too many
some
sites.
sort of password manager. I've not done LastPass. But I have other ones. I don't even know the name of them.
Okay.
I trust that one. Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. I got 2 of them, I think, that I use, and they seem to be doing okay for them.
Passwords are safe4you.com.
Exactly.
Not an endorsement, in case it exists.
I can't say much of anything. I'm the bad boy password guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the one that's...
You have the main password that has different digits at the end type
admin
idea.
1 and then password 2.
Password 1.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
2. 3.
Stealthy. Yeah, no, fair enough.
That's the same combination of my locker room. Luggage.
But yeah, I'm that guy.
All right.
But I don't know, because I thought it was an issue because we had our bank hacked twice.
Mm.
And what they did is they went in and they applied for overdraft, and then they took the overdraft.
Oh.
So they would be
solid.
And we were trying to figure this out because how is that possible? Because that has to be approved. It has to go through a bank.
Sure.
Yada, yada. So it was a big thing. We switched banks.
Fuck those guys.
Because we felt it was on their end.
There was some missing process.
Because it just didn't make sense. Because the first time you're thinking, okay, it's possible because it happens. Especially if you're not using a password manager. It wasn't even under mine. It was under Nikki's. And she does have a few different passwords. She doesn't use,
so once it's a fluke.
So once it seems
sure.
It shit happens, right? So she went through the whole thing, security, changed her password, blah, 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 blah. And a month later happened again. Same thing. So it's is that really the problem, or is it is the commercial end the problem, or is it the consumer end? Is the consumer end the problem, or is it the commercial?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's a very good question. Passwords, you can pick the best password in the world, and if there's a breach with the provider side.
This is even less
exactly
about
right.
matter.
So you can have that safe search or
Sure.
whatever password, whatever you guys were
Yeah.
talking about there.
LastPass, whatever.
LastPass, thank you. So many VPN daily thingies.
Many
Oh, yeah.
different.
There's
the other thing.
there's a
Do
sponsor.
VPNs.
There's
Yeah,
a sponsor
VPNs.
you need.
A
Yeah.
VPN.
VPN.
Yeah.
Some VPN sponsor. They sponsor
VPN.
everything.
I have to admit, not that they would. Actually, they can't. Well, we can sponsor them, I guess. More than anything. I've always been an open VPN guy. Like that's
Okay.
easy, go to, simple, managed
Oh,
across
okay.
multiple network.
But even
Yeah.
if you,
Linux,
like you're saying,
Windows.
even if you have one of those, if it's on the other end of it, and then they can get access to those passwords,
Right.
Sure.
which are probably held on, say, RBC's side or whatever, then they can get into your shit, or they can get into the back
Absolutely.
door, not even needing a password.
And the majority of the time, those people aren't looking for individual accounts. That's not how digital criminals work. They're not looking for the marshes or whatever.
No, it's not specific.
It's usually coming from some sort of database that's been provided through some sort of external source, from company to company or whatever,
Mhm.
and then they start mining that data and then use that.
I'd push back a little bit. Nowadays, not so much. Like company to company, from a digital perspective, there is no sharing of necessarily a password. You just have the authentication tokens, and those are
Sure.
always limited in time. Like,
Yeah,
Nothing's
but
getting-
how often do we hear about data breaches?
okay, so data breach, yes, but and again, you got to remember,
So-
So this particular challenge we're discussing, he brought it up right at the beginning. He had unencrypted versions of the passwords, which of course is one of those first things. What the fuck? You should have like these should have
Yeah,
all
yeah,
been
no.
checksum. There should have been no true storage of effing passwords in any
Yeah,
database in this
agreed,
world.
agreed.
Worst case, MD5 the effort. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Mm,
So it's one of those things like, yeah, at this day and age, if somebody, and this is a good example, is actually storing passwords, no. You never ever, in the sense of raw, you never ever store raw passwords. You
Right,
always
it's
encrypt it.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
agreed.
And you do similar things like don't use MD5 nowadays, but
do your part. Do your part to protect your shit.
to help prevent forest fire. I mean, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, protect your shit. And then if it does happen and it's on the provider's end,
Yes,
then
now,
you
for
have
your
yourself.
own shit. Because in this case, it's probably less about password based on your first description and more that they went in person and were able to do stuffs.
I have no idea. And that's the thing. Like we couldn't even get a straight answer
Okay.
out of
No,
the
I
It
do-
won't
scenario.
either.
Yeah.
No, because it went through
Because
their
that'll-
internal
Right, yeah.
Okay.
bullshit,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
just poof.
No,
They
that's
would,
fair.
they would never let you know how that sausage is made.
That's another nice thing nowadays, though. Bank accounts, like if you have, and everybody has a bank account, David, with your bank provider,
Unless you're
go into the
a June
online, all that thing, you can set limits on how much is allowed and even alert limits.
It's true.
And that we did. I mean, we figured that out after the first
Yes.
time.
Yeah.
But we went in and we talked to the manager. We're like, look, we don't want the ability to have
Yes.
any sort
Ah.
of application for overdraft.
Yeah.
My account comes with overdraft protection.
Yeah.
But that's only up to a certain amount. Like if
Yes.
Sure.
I'm 20, $30 short on my
Yeah,
car insurance
exactly,
payment
exactly.
or some shit like that.
It's not going to
right?
bounce and cause some
Yeah, they
whole
can't-
other.
I can't go in and take. It's not overdraft where I could go into the bank machine and take out money.
Ah.
Yeah.
And have
That
it
makes
count
sense.
against
Right.
an overdraft.
That
right?
makes
so we were
sense.
like, we don't want that. Don't allow that to happen. Even when we went to the new bank, it's like, no, we don't want the
Any of that.
ability for
Yes.
this unless we physically both of us come in and put our names on paper.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
With
So-
proper identification
Yeah.
in this particular country. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're pretty
Good.
pretty vigilant about that now.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was pretty fucked up, man. Like it's a scary
Yeah.
thing.
It is. It's
Right.
like it's destabilizing to think someone else is like changing
Yeah.
things to do like something as personal as your own finances.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
it is a creepy and unstabilizing
Especially
thing
when
for
you have
sure.
a family to
Destabilizing.
consider, right?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
if
Mm.
it would suck on one hand if you were a single person and that happened, but having a kid
Oh,
and
for
a
sure.
wife and two
Yeah.
animals and payments and this that and the
Yeah.
other thing, it's like fuck.
Yeah. And it's
What
very
do I fortunately the bank was good enough
gonna say-
we caught it in due time where they
Sure.
were like, yeah, this is pretty shifty.
Yeah.
So they reversed it right away.
Yeah, okay, I was
Everything
gonna
went
say.
back to normal, like monetarily.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
It's just still the
That was cool.
mental impact. Yeah.
but yeah, it's
Well,
like you
yeah.
kind of feel violated.
Yes,
right? It's
exactly.
like
exactly.
Somebody raped my pocket.
Well, something that's supposed to be
Something in my pocket for you.
I love that we're on video so that everybody got to see that. We don't know how to respond.
That's true. Felt violated.
I told you to put chastity belts in your pocket.
I know.
No.
There you go.
Listen.
There you go.
That's the ultimate
The
protection.
locks were too heavy.
It's true they were. But if you want two-factor authentication, you got to do that.
That's
you gotta
true.
Make
That's
sure
true. So speaking of which, I mean, I think that's a really helpful thing that can be in
Yes.
place as well.
Yeah.
And
Also
there's
annoying.
well, definitely annoying. It's one of those things. I've been resetting some passwords recently due to recent events, and there was one service that I was changing recently, and because I was like dealing with password stuff, it needed me to do authentication. Like, it's like, this is an important thing you're doing, put in your existing password.
Right.
But then because I had two-factor sent up, it would send me a code. And then the next step, it's like, hey, because you have two-factor sent up, and send me a code. So I got like this whole collection. Thankfully, that's like a one-time deal when you have to go through that. But having some of those kind of second layers in place makes a lot of sense, especially on more like sensitive accounts, right?
Sure,
or stuff that you might have like
I like the
other private
the
stuff
fingerprint
in.
on the phone thing.
Yep,
Sure.
that's
Like,
another
to get
good one.
into your
It's
bank
good.
account, sort of, right?
Sure,
'Cause
exactly.
that's
It takes-
my fingerprint. You kind of got
Yeah. There you go.
my finger out.
Unless you're trying to do one single transaction, but you've spent 3 hours out in the garden and I'm on the
Your fingers all wrinkly.
Yeah.
in the shower, and you want
it has a cut
bite
on it.
there, yeah.
I always love that. I've had that happen a few times
no.
where a MacBook, I'll go figure, love it, great, works. Just a little bit of a cut in the finger. Yep, nope, denied.
That's why. That's
Fine,
why
I'll type in my
I always
password.
do another finger.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
You
I
can
always do
multi.
another
A backup
finger.
finger.
Yeah.
I refuse to. That's too open. That's the security risk. is
Two
quite
fingers.
high.
Two fingers is too much.
But wouldn't that be
Two-finger
two-step
authentication?
Two-finger authentication. Right?
I'm a one finger guy.
I think that's called consent. I think that's what that's called.
Oh dear, there it is.
All right.
On video, remember?
What have I gotten myself into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate real quickly.
Yeah. No. As
I
long.
don't care.
Okay.
Almost
Perfect.
lost,
Moving on.
almost.
Just kidding. I think so. There's two other things I guess that have come to mind other than the most recent topic. One of them is the idea where like not reusing passwords. I think is helpful because what if you've used that password on some really like sketchy, untrustworthy company potentially, or one that doesn't, some small company that doesn't really care.
Yeah.
If they get breached and you use that same password elsewhere, I think that's
Right.
where having multiple unique passwords or all unique passwords can be a huge advantage, right? Because like you can't control what any one individual company does, and the chances of like any one individual company getting hacked, it's pretty high, like across of
impossible.
all the people
Yes.
that you deal with,
Right.
right? So you don't want that sketchy company getting compromised to mean now that your bank password is revealed.
Yeah, the big
for
thing
example,
is
right? Like-
if you're doing just the from your like password book, you got the 1, 2, or 3. That's the best thing. Have your super secure. That's the only bank password, just the one. Semi-secure, you have your rarely used, but just across a couple of secure sites, and then when you're talking about just random
You're
stuff,
like, I don't
bank.
give a fuck.
yeah, bank,
Google,
yeah,
Pornhub.
well, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you want your Pornhub password like easily accessed.
Oh, I do.
Oh, okay.
Come join the party.
All
Chris.
right.
Right?
Okay. All right. Give me your password and I will.
I just said it. Password.
Hey, there are so many of these streaming sites that are cracking down on password sharing. You have to get to the ones that are still allowing it.
Oh, yeah. Fair.
all
Fair.
roads lead home,
Right?
I actually, I won't name the person, but yes, going a little while back, trying to decide, do I want to do the Amazon thing as far as, the show, the shipping, all those
Okay,
things.
yeah.
And a person I know was like, well, here, check out mine. Here's my password. Okay. No big deal, because it's the thing. Netflix, things like that. It's commonly done.
Yeah.
Well, we go a few years later, and I'm actually trying to just give him a hand with some financial stuff, and he's like, okay, well, log into my bank site. We're sitting beside each other. I'm like, well, no, you don't have to tell me your password. Because I've already told you. And he tells me the same password.
no.
He's like, dude,
I had
Hold everything. We need to have a conversation.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, my parents are getting older, and that's what they do, right? Like, they can't. It's like it's either
Yeah.
it's going to be in a book, which is a hard copy, which if somebody
Yes.
finds it,
Oh shit!
right?
Yeah, my mom
Or
does that.
it's going to be the same fucking password
Yes.
because that's the one they can remember. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a hard thing.
I
It
mean,
gets to
maybe
be a
that's
challenging thing
maybe that's
sometimes.
something the password managers are something that they should gear more towards.
Yes.
Maybe people with disabilities or people who are
Yep.
seniors who
Yep.
are like, hey, like,
Yeah.
Most
Make
of
it
the
as
pass-
simple as possible to
Yeah.
have a
Yes.
more secure scenario.
Yes, and that's just
right?
the big
Exactly.
thing. It is the big thing is, and I hope that they have learned this, is the simple things like don't store passwords. Like you should never be able to do that.
Right.
We still have personal information, but usually you encrypt that in at least 2 different data sources. So that way, if one gets, you usually can have the other, blah, blah, blah. Not perfect, but
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, because you saw like Chapters Indigo, right? Like their website
yes.
was down for
breached.
weeks.
For
Yeah.
a long time.
You know, and they're saying that like some of those things, like payment information and whatnot, was not compromised.
Yes.
Likely due to what you're saying, they had
Yeah. Oh, you
separate
keep it
systems,
separate.
you know,
Sure,
whatever.
yeah.
So it's like,
Always keep it
Right.
separate.
okay, stuff's going to happen, but I think companies that have best practices in place,
Mhm.
you know, stuff's going to happen, but
Yeah.
like at least you were trying. I
Well,
feel like
and
that's
you
not always the
minimize
case.
the impact.
Exactly.
It's like safety in a building. You follow all the rules, make sure things are as safe as they
Sure.
can be. But hey,
Stuff-
shit can happen.
Stuff's
you
going
know?
to
Yeah.
happen, you know.
I
things
could
are-
be
over.
forget completely about the oven, have a little bit of a smoke, play some video game, and oops.
No, for sure. As vigilant as you might be. and-
Exactly.
and-
Very specific
that is a very
situation there, Dave.
And the other
Is
thing
there
goes-
more you'd like to tell?
it goes back to before banks had insurance, right? Like a bank gets robbed, you're fucked.
Oh, back in those
Back in,
days.
back in the olden times.
That's way
Kind
back.
of still
in
are
early days.
fucked. If you have, I think, as might be
But they
the bank.
invest. They invest your money.
They
Yeah.
do, but
So
any
they
single
turn around
branch, and I think it's still this number, but when I used to work for a financial institution, any single branch is insured up to $250,000.
That's
I think per client, yeah.
Oh,
So
per
if you have,
client.
I think, it might, yeah. So if you have more than that, though, that's all you're getting back.
Oh, well, I'm
Yeah.
good then.
No,
Well,
no,
that's
no. So
well. So in excess of 200,000, I keep it home under
In your mattress?
in my
Right,
mattress
yeah.
at my address, which is no. I'm just kidding.
no, more the thing though, he's got to remember though, so when you rob a bank, 0 personal impact.
Sorry, when or
Typically,
if?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Well, in other words, so when I go
Aside
in
from
and
the
rob your
I got that.
because
I got
TD
that.
bank, yeah, I'm glad you got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No, it's just one of the things. If I ran in, robbed a bank, zero people
Yeah,
that
because they're insured.
well, it's not even insured. It has nothing to do with the clients at all. Now,
Now.
Yes.
Yes.
Ah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
point was back in oldie times.
yeah, because
Right.
yes, that was the difference. Because like now you go rob a
It's
TD
all
bank,
digital.
there's no
Yeah,
impact
it's-
on anybody else.
And
Well,
chances
even
are you're
cash.
not walking out with much either. Yeah.
No, well, that's just
Chances
it.
are,
You're
yeah.
not walking out.
It's all in that
200,000.
machine that
Yeah,
Actually,
bank
they,
ATM machine that
all
they keep
they-
behind the counter.
you know, it's funny. All branches, they keep very little, even in their vaults.
yeah, there's no
there's no value
vaults
anymore.
nowadays
Yeah,
or
no.
anything
Yeah.
like that,
no.
right?
You're gonna rob a bank. They're like, okay, sure. Here's the 200
Well, that's
bucks.
what-
Right.
And that's why Ocean's 11. You rob a
Right.
bank, you rob a casino.
There you
That's
go.
right.
There you
That's
go.
what
It all
I'm
makes
That
sense.
yes,
Yeah.
you still do.
So
Very
the human element, I think, is interesting. Like,
Hey, shut up, Malcolm. We're talking about robbing casinos now.
That's what this podcast is now.
oh,
turned
I'm, so-
into.
I'm sorry. It's your very public.
This is the
What
formula.
casino,
This is
Dave?
the formula.
What casino are we
You
robbing?
have to admit though, even like it is that day we joke about it and we've talked about it, but even a casino, don't get me wrong. Yes, you're going to get more cash from a casino than a bank nowadays, but
Sure.
not
Because
quite
they do
the
the
same.
tickets now. They do the,
It's all-
the vouchers.
that's
Yeah,
just
the amount of
it.
security is.
But you have
yeah.
to put money in the machine to get the voucher.
But it's fake money.
I mean,
Not
is
the
it-
money in the machine. The money that you put in the machine is
No,
from
no,
your pocket.
that's-
that's real money.
No, not a lot anymore. A lot of them are just the digital now.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
go and you like put in your card.
Yes.
Like
Oh.
like the fucking stupid video games.
Oh
that
man, I
played
don't remember
in
the
shit.
last time I was in a fucking
Yeah.
casino. Last time I was in a casino, you either walked up to the cashier, and then they gave
Yeah.
you like a voucher.
Like
Mm.
GTA.
They printed out a voucher,
Yeah.
or you went to like a machine. It was like an ATM machine
Yeah.
looking thing, and you either put in your bills and it
Yeah.
spit out a voucher, or you put in your voucher
Yes.
and it spit your bills back, like whatever you want.
They'd still use the vouchers for the transitions, but there are no coins, no monetary,
no bills either.
No,
yeah,
no,
you gotta
no.
go up with your debit
Oh,
card
wow.
or whatever and beep boop beep.
Well, not with the specific machine, but to get the certificate, as you said, there's no coins. You take that wonderful thing that you got and you put it into the machine. It reads it. You
Well,
play.
yeah.
It's the same what you've described. No change though. No coins. 0 coins.
Huh.
What is the beepy sound? Does everybody hear that?
Nope.
Nope. That's just you.
Shit,
Do you
I
hear-
hear a
do you hear
Dave is
beep?
going crazy on the podcast today.
It's fine, probably.
So what is
Everybody,
it?
be quiet.
Was
Dave,
what's
the
this
shop,
about
your
human
Shoppers Drug
elements?
Mart stop is supposed to be before you guys.
What were you saying, sir? About
Oh,
humans?
human element. So, as much as you can encrypt passwords and have different ones and whatever, there's still the human element of like being able to like trick someone who has access
Right.
into
doing
things that you want, right? Like maybe that's partly what happened with your scenario,
Text
right? Like
messages, the random emails,
whatever.
Sure, yeah.
So
yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
We're pretty vigilant when it comes to that. Yeah.
Yeah. An interesting book I read like years ago now was called Ghost in the Wire, I think it's called. And if I'm remembering correctly, Kevin Mitnick is the guy who like spent time in jail, I think, for hacking, but is like one of those like white hat hackers now who does like penetration testing for companies and like sees what ways there are to kind of get around security measures. And some of the things he outlines in the book is talking about that exact thing, like tricking the person at the front desk
people
is
stuff.
ludicrously simple.
Oh, yeah,
you know, or
Yeah.
what's that even thing recently? Like there's YouTubers who do that. Like you put on a construction vest and carry a ladder and you can get
in
anywhere.
Pretty much anywhere.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, it doesn't
Why?
matter how good
'Cause
security is.
people are stupid.
Well, I saw the same thing. Yeah, it was like a
Yep.
concert or something, and they were just carrying boxes that had like a T-shirt manufacturer name on the outside, like
Sure. Yep.
Gildan or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
you just
Like,
nod at the person.
Can you open the door for me? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Make it
mean,
look
it's
good over.
like that also kind of brings down the whole like let's be super secure, and they're like, oh right,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Well, it's even silly stuff like the Facebook games where they're just like, "Hey, we want to try to guess your age. What's your sister's name?
yeah.
What's your age? What year were you
Or even
born?"
the
You're just like,
random
what?
ones that people will do.
Yeah.
And I've seen them popping up again recently.
Oh, really? Oh, geez.
And I'm like, no, you're just
Well, you just think about all those questions you're
Yeah.
filling out in a form,
yeah.
and now they know all those secondary questions about forgotten passwords.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yep.
Wild.
So what are you saying? Stay off Facebook.
stay up with
No, you can go onto Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Just when
Just
you
don't
get
participate.
don't participate in the
View.
Just stare
be
at
a
it.
voyeur.
Yeah.
Don't participate.
yeah.
Well, I deactivated my Facebook account like a year ago. Now
boy.
I finally jumped on that train about 5 years later than a lot of people, but I don't know. I just wanted to give it a bit of an experiment to see like, is it actually adding any value to my life
Right.
in any
Okay,
meaningful
yes.
way? And
no.
I don't really miss it.
No.
I don't really miss it. I still have Messenger for like messaging people. So I mean,
Yes.
I guess I still have an account in that sense, but my
Yeah.
actual like profile is
Yeah.
It's
deactivated. And if someone sends me like a Facebook link, most of the time I can't open it, but
Oh,
it's fine. It's fine. It's my 2022 and 3 thing. You know, everyone has a
Right.
thing. It's
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
thing.
it's a thing.
It's
Yeah,
one of
it's
those
cool.
things.
If I wasn't in a band or we weren't doing the podcast,
Yeah.
I'd probably not
Yeah, no, that's fair.
not do Facebook.
That's literally what's been my Facebook page has been relegated to is
Yeah.
stuff for the podcast.
Yeah, fair enough.
Everything else.
Yeah.
I don't post much.
Yeah.
I have to admit, for
Yeah.
me, it's a lot of just chatting with people that don't live in the
Well,
area.
Messenger. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Messengers.
Yeah, like that's the only thing. You know, sharing pics, random
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Instagram is basically the only place I post stuff with any regularity.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because I enjoy taking photos, and that, I mean, obviously is a very like image centric
Yeah.
platform. And I like having kind of one place that's my like curated collection of some of my
Yeah.
favorite images or whatever. So,
I,
yeah, it works.
I also find that, for my interest anyway, that Instagram, you can get into whatever you're into more, like
Sure.
bands, actors, movies, stuff like that. You can kind of behind the scenes more.
Sure.
It's more geared towards, yeah.
Just as long
That
as you
kind
don't
of stuff.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta
apparently not now.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
depending
shit.
if you care about security or not.
Well,
I
Well, it's
guess.
not even security. It's that whole,
Exactly.
they're going to shut it down. There's that now potential that they won't allow it in Canada and North America to get all blocked. Because,
Well,
Yeah.
It's going to be
they've
great
done
times.
that with government issued.
yes,
In
anybody
Canada,
yes,
right?
Canada,
Already,
yeah.
That's been true of the states' government officials for a long time.
for over the
since-
year, I think.
Yeah. No. Before that.
Was it? I thought
Yeah.
it was only in the last
When
year.
Trump was president, they were banning it from government phones.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Shit.
It's because North Korea is getting on the TikTok.
Oh, there you go.
And honestly, not even a joke. Not
Oh,
even a joke.
sure.
I've flipped past 2 or 3 TikTok pages that are pro North Korean,
Huh?
whatever, however they run their country.
well, they're
kinda.
just trying to-
Yeah, right on.
Did it work? Do you want to move there?
Oh, but
Oh,
it-
yeah, 100%.
We're just saying it's
Kim
that
Jong-un have
subtle
his support.
message.
Yeah, sorry, you refer to him as dear leader.
Oh, my apologies. My apologies.
I would move there, but they don't practice Scientology. So
No,
Oh, that's
not
the
it.
line.
I don't want to go
there's
there.
my line right there.
Fair enough.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So no TikTok.
Just
Or
don't.
at the very least, use a different password for TikTok.
Oh, shit.
For the love.
Can you also
Exactly.
8 days like
stop any of your information through?
I'm not rich.
No,
It's gonna
whatever.
be fun.
They can have my credit score. Fuck you. Seriously.
See
wanna
what
try
you
get
can do with it.
You want to try and get a credit card under my name? Good luck.
You fools.
You can have my low credit score, my high OSAP loan payment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I saw an article saying like, should you delete the TikTok app from your phone? Like, just don't fucking download it in the first place.
There you go.
Just
But that's a
fine,
question
you know.
for people who already.
Oh, that's
Here,
right.
here.
That's true.
Oh,
yeah.
see, that's
Yeah.
what you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I avoided that.
If you don't have it,
I avoided that
doesn't
bite
apply
dance.
to you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Usually how that goes.
That's truly it. It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, fuck you, TikTok. No, I'm just kidding.
I've
Not,
never
not a
been to
sponsor, please.
Yeah, not a.
Yeah, TikTok is not a sponsor.
Okay,
No,
fair
gosh,
enough.
no.
Fair
no.
enough.
Though I have to give TikTok a bit of defense. In order for us to really understand, they should probably give us a nice high class trip out to China. We'll explore and really just investigate and understand.
Yeah, not an actual
few weeks.
sponsorship, but like an internship.
Well, no, it's not an internship. No.
They're
It's us to understand. So we need
Right.
like 6 weeks. Their cost, high class.
They're going to fly you through China to their North Korean office. I mean, that's
It's
how
a
you, that's how you
surprise.
get out of North Korea
Yeah,
is
that's
through China,
right.
right?
That's right.
And that's how you get in too.
For
So.
sure. I love
Great.
it.
It's a
I
great
love it.
surprise.
Yeah. Okay. That was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're
I
going
know, we
now.
got-
So I have a
Number 3, we're on.
loosely related tech topic.
Oh,
We
okay.
want to transition to something completely
Whatever.
different.
No, we're
Big
gonna.
books.
What? Okay.
Oh,
Just talk.
I think we've done that. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
okay.
What
Oh
do you
yeah. I
got?
mean, we've been through.
we
we've
just
been through.
talk here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Downhill mountain biking.
Yeah. That's a good time.
It's a thing.
Yeah. I like it.
Do we want to talk about it?
Sure.
I just like biking. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so sorry.
But I have to admit, I am not a like, what do you call it? I'm not a hill dirt path. No. Give me my streets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
a city biker.
Yeah,
So
I
the-
haven't ridden a bike in that many years.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, the slight tech connection, if we're trying to keep some kind of like general thread through here, or not, whatever,
I mean,
I'm-
is electric assisted mountain bikes. I had a chance to ride one for the first time last fall.
okay. I don't think I like the sound of this. Go on.
So think of like a regular
Yeah.
mountain bike, single suspension, like, Specialized, Norco, whatever. Think
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
a decent brand. Basically, it's got an electric motor and sensors and then a battery pack that's built into often the down tube
Right.
that assists
Mhm.
like smartly as you ride. So you don't have a throttle per se. You just kind of set, do you want like light, medium, or high
Okay.
assistance?
Oh.
And then it can sense as you like put torque, it like boosts your
Gotcha.
torque. So
When
it
you're
kind of
going uphill, you get assistance.
Yeah.
When you're going down, it just backs
It
off.
allows-
And lets
See, I do
Okay.
have
Yeah,
experience
exactly.
in the electric bike. My dad.
Okay.
My dad has one, but it's probably from when they first sort of started becoming
Okay.
a
Give
thing.
me a thing, yeah.
And it does have the throttle. It's not unassisted. It's either or.
okay.
But it's the same idea. All it has is a battery pack and then like a motor on the wheel,
Yeah.
Okay.
right? That drives the wheel whenever you.
But it's like a weak motorcycle, essentially.
Yeah.
When you're, okay.
Yeah. So if you don't feel like pedaling anymore,
You just,
so I guess it could assist you in a way if you properly,
okay.
govern between your pedaling and the bike itself.
Gotcha.
But I felt like it was more of a, do you feel like pedaling up this hill right now?
Nope.
Sort of thing.
And go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it wasn't like that where it's had sensors and
Yeah.
gizmos.
Gadgets.
Yeah. This just makes you
Doodads.
feel a little bit like a superhero. Like when you're
Yeah,
riding up
sure.
hills, for example, like you can still break a sweat, but it's just, you can climb a steeper hill
It's
than
like
you would
those
otherwise.
suits
Or
they have, I think it's in the army, in the
Which
U.S.
ones?
military. They're like superhuman suit sort
Oh,
of
those
things. They just give you,
exoskeleton.
they give you
Yep.
that boost
Sure.
to lift something heavier or
Yep.
run a little bit faster. Yeah, I get it. Cool.
Yeah, no, it was
I don't know.
super
Is
fun. It was a good experience. I don't know, because I was able to do, I think it was like almost 50 kilometers, like
wow.
in a morning.
Wow.
That is
Essentially, with that
impressive.
of
Wow.
like some like pretty serious uphill, downhill, some
Yeah.
single track, like you're able to like cover some ground, which is kind of a fun.
And I guess
way.
if it's just assisting you, therefore you're still getting some form of
I was just
workout benefit from it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know.
sense.
After 50 kilometers, I better not be sweaty. So
I need more assistance than that. Outrageous.
I come out with sweaty balls. This thing sucks.
That's
a biker
that's
thing.
the-
Yeah,
that's
you just
what
get used to it. I have to admit
That's what
this.
you need. There's $1 million idea. Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Right there. A bike seat with a computer fan in it.
Well, you see, you know what's funny? I'll pass. I prefer to have the sweaty balls than a fan just below.
Yeah.
It would have
What could go wrong?
great and covering and
Especially if you're
whatnot, like a mesh.
if you're downhill biking. I mean, it's just things.
and if you're biking without shorts on, that's another problem.
Oh.
If you have the
Then
ability to get your nuts caught in the fan, hey, this is the problem you should be addressing
In order for
before
the fan, in order for the fan to work, you need to open up a bit.
That's right. AJ, no one tells you how to ride a bike. Okay? You don't tell other people how to ride a bike.
Come to your
We're
work
there-
and jump up and down on the end of the bed and tell you how to do your job.
People got to live their truth. They want to ride their
Okay.
bikes naked,
Fine.
their balls hanging
You
out.
know?
You know,
That's your problem.
that's your thing.
That's your overnight stay in the fucking.
Exactly.
Somewhere.
The clink.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that too.
But that would be.
Well, no, you can ride your bike naked nowadays.
Are you allowed?
No, not really.
Seems like a bad idea on a few fronts.
Yeah.
So, other than that, what's your
And on
what's
your
your
backs.
experience with road biking? I'm assuming it involves
Oh, yes.
clothes, but
Sometimes.
Yes, usually.
But
yeah.
other than
When
that,
he's going to
Yeah,
work.
no. So I'm one of those. So I have to admit, for
Naked.
me, that I generally in the winter or camp bike times, I'm a bus dude. When it's the summer, then I'm a bike dude. And I
So do you have like a thing in your house that you put your bike on that turns it into a stationary bike?
So my wonderful wife actually. Yeah,
called
no, I do
Pelotons.
have. I had that for a few years.
No.
But it's one of those things. I didn't mind it, but it was just one of those. I'd rather just go on the treadmill because then I have to admit it. If I'm just doing something where I just want to get a little bit of something wintertime,
Yeah.
I just treadmill,
okay.
podcast. I never really got fully into the bikey. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It never clicked really. For me, biking, I have to, and again, I do know partially why. I'm one of those lovely people. Every time I get on a bike, even if it's just a quick 5-minute bike, all right, make sure I'm being recorded, add to my kilometers, so
Yeah.
that way I can.
yes.
Yeah, because at the end of last year, please give me a moment.
Oh, we got
he's
the
pulling up
stats.
the phone. Here
This
we
is-
go.
Oh yeah, I
Stat
do.
check.
This is the moment why you record stats.
This is it.
For
Well,
moments
that's
like
good.
this.
It'll take me a second because it's on
No
the
worries.
whole sleepy mode because
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
used it because again it's winter.
No, that's totally fair.
But yeah, I'm a biker. I will
Okay.
admit.
All
Yes, a
And
bicycler.
you're pretty extreme in the sense that you wait till the last possible moment to stop. biking
I
this
have
season,
two.
right?
I have basically 3 rules.
Mm.
So the first major one is, I'm a no lightning storm guy.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
that's
fuck
fair.
it. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair.
I mean,
Uh,
metal bikes. That makes sense.
Well, it's not even about that. It's just the slippery, the
Oh,
rain. That's really what
Yeah.
kills you.
That's true.
Because I've tried to bike in rain and just behind rain, no snow. Again, I know they have the snow tires, things like that.
Right.
Sure.
But again, when I was a kid, I attempted this,
Mm.
and because of that, I always have the memory of me trying to bike out the top of my street,
Oh,
and wiping out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's it.
and rule number 3: always tuck your pants into your socks.
Yep.
I've learned
gotta
that.
do that.
To be honest, though, I usually wear shorts once we hit summertime.
That's true.
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
Yeah.
Or he just rides naked.
Yeah, no, I do.
That
He
solves
wears-
that problem.
he
With
wears-
socks.
He wears shorts because the
Just
one
socks.
pant leg still gets tucked in. He wears short.
You were
just
sorry. I
gotta
like
do
that.
it.
That's
It's
so
the
good.
thing. And then what was my third now? Shit. I do have a
These are your
third.
3 rules.
Oh,
Always wear a helmet?
temperature.
Oh.
I do always wear a helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm a helmet nerd.
Okay, excellent.
That's one of those things. Like I have been hit by a car. Thankfully, it was in all the right way. That nothing long term.
Oof.
But again,
Yep.
when I got up, realized I'm okay.
Yeah.
Still had a good chunk missing in my helmet.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no contest between a car and a bike, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's
No.
not.
Yeah.
Rule number 4: straight vodka is not good for long distance bike rides.
No.
Okay,
Short
so
distance is good, but not long distance.
no. I
Long
learned a
distance
lesson.
is a tequila drive.
Nope. I learned my lesson leaving your place once, where I thought I was okay to bike, and about halfway I got off and walked the rest of the way home.
Oh well.
Don't drink and bike.
Yeah,
There you go.
I was
Don't-
important.
don't
Not
do
bad
it.
advice.
So finally, we get back to the most important
Yes.
thing. I apologize for making everybody win. So my
Yeah.
total kilometers since 2013 is 15,379.
Oh, that's
not
good. Not
bad.
You should apologize for telling us as opposed
Yeah,
to making
yeah.
us wait.
I only have
Never
1
say.
year where I have none, and that's there was something else happening.
There was
that
something
year.
going on.
Something was going on.
Something
yeah.
else
Fair
was on
enough.
your mind.
Yeah, I was
Ew.
something. Yeah,
Ah.
well done.
Don't worry, it was taken
Very
out
well
of it.
done.
It was taken off his mind. It's on there. It's not
Yeah,
there.
well, it was on my mind. Then it finally cleared. It was good. It was good.
I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That is impressive.
Yeah.
15K. Nicely
Yeah,
That's
done.
a lot.
I just like to
That
say
is-
it.
That's
No,
your muscle, man.
No, that's a lot.
That's
That's
good. That's really good.
No, I feel like those things, like those personal milestone things, like don't get celebrated
Oh,
enough,
yeah,
right?
it's
You're
fun.
like, oh, it feels good. I'm healthy. I'm whatever your reasons are for doing it. But like, it's also something worth celebrating. Like, I think it's super cool. That's
I
awesome.
will freely admit that I realized just before the end of the season, as I call it, I was at like 14,800. Yeah, what did I do? I got on that
Push
bike
it
and I
over.
went.
Do it. I love
Perfect.
it.
Perfect.
I love it.
Yep.
See
Yep.
Dave on his lawn on his back.
It's just
See, that was for a video episode.
There you
Well
go.
done.
Oh, it would have been great to see you trying to fucking explain that. To the audience.
What would have been better
So
is
imagine
you
a guy
guys
trying to
explaining.
Yeah. So what AJ is doing is leaning back in his chair and cycling upwards.
With his balls hanging out.
This episode has audio description.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I listened to a podcast recently about audio description for movies.
Okay.
Super fascinating. Like, it's a very complicated slash complex thing to do. Like, good described audio for a movie is not something that
I would
always
suspect.
happens. Like, to be
Yeah.
able to get like a good voice actor for
Yeah.
it, someone that can match like the tone of the situation and to like the timing of when stuff gets said, and even the person that like writes the described audio, what needs to be described, how do you have it when there's gaps in the audio
Right.
Yeah.
that it's not going to be over top of dialogue. Like, yeah, it's very, very interesting
You
stuff
can't,
for
you
sure.
can't just have Enrique, the man opens the door.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
it.
Boy walks in door, closed door,
Yeah,
says, "Hi, woman.
Room big.
What you doing now?" Not like that.
I feel like terrible described audio would be a hilarious bit.
I feel like
but-
there's
wonderful. That'd be
untapped
great.
fucking market right there.
It'd be like those
Just do-
instructions that you get from like the dollar store. Put screwdriver
Oh,
in
yes.
light socket. Twist screwdriver with hammer.
I think
Don't
maybe-
forget to eat your cheese.
Maybe that's what we should do. We should do like an MSK sort of idea, but we just do descriptive audio for
There you go.
for movies. That'd be great.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, super interesting stuff. Because I mean,
That would be wild,
there's
though, yeah.
a wide segment of the population who it's super important to, and it's like as much art to do it well,
Mhm, yeah.
I learned, as making a movie to start with. And apparently the people that do the described audio often have nothing to do, like the producer might not even get a say on who does it. Like, it's
Oh, wow.
very
It's
disconnected
more
right
a
now.
gotcha.
third party kind of.
Exactly. And so it's like,
Oh.
is the company or is the third party that's doing described audio, do they do it well or do they not do it well? Like, it's actually a very important
It's
market.
kind of like a lot of the
Translations.
the sign language people
Oh, that
now,
too.
Sure.
especially nowadays that are coming
Sure.
out, like this one woman that was doing the Rihanna
Concert.
for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
She's getting a lot of press because she actually put emotion and like
Yep.
kind of made it relatable, like she was dancing to it and doing
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
Wasn't just
It wasn't just like
Just
Yeah.
doing a
some lady in the
standard
bottom
static.
corner doing her
Exactly.
thing, right?
Yeah.
And-
I saw one for
and I noticed
Coldplay
that
recently.
for
Smith.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
When we went and saw Jay and Silent Bob, they had the two.
Yeah.
And apparently they're only allowed to like work for 10 minutes at a time or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
they had to
swap
like
out.
swap
Yeah, they
out.
actually
Oh,
had
wow.
the two
Wow.
people they had to swap out every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It must be like a hand fatigue thing.
Oh.
I can
something
under-
like that.
well,
Interesting.
fair. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because you're
Makes sense.
you're not just doing like one or two words
That's
and
fair.
having a conversation with one person.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's continuous flow of lyrics.
yeah, because Jane, they're just sitting there talking.
Talking
Oh, sorry,
to talking,
okay.
to
Yeah,
yeah,
talking
but
to
still,
So
talking.
they're just sitting there
Yeah.
yapping.
Okay, you
right?
know what?
So-
That's a really good defense as to why. Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
were putting some mustard into what they were doing, right?
Oh, yeah,
And, like they
yeah.
were making it
You-
entertaining
That's
for
awesome.
the
Well,
people.
Smith and Jay kind of loosened them up a bit.
That's
'cause,
true, too,
You know, they
yeah.
want to be like, "Hey, we're having a good time," and then they were
Yeah.
brought into it, and then like you said, the
Yeah, and then
mustard
it
came
seemed
and-
like, I mean,
Yeah.
if I was deaf, I feel like I would have appreciated the jokes more, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
It would have come across as humorous,
Yeah,
as
sure.
opposed to just stale.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas that's probably going back to your topic conversation there. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
It would be the same kind of idea. You
Yeah.
wouldn't want it to be like stale.
Right.
Exactly.
Because it's something that's needed, but you don't want people to lose interest.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it would be
Or to
really
have like a
difficult.
weird dissonant thing. Because like if it's a scene where someone's like tiptoeing through a house and it's supposed to be like spooky, you don't want someone saying like,
Here's
and the guy
Johnny,
just
just
went through the
walking through the
house.
hallway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know? And
I
so
love it.
like I feel like it's an area, I mean, any job you can do it well or you can do it terribly, but like to find people who like are passionate about it
Yeah.
and who are artists in their own right.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's-
why not?
It's the same idea I feel with even listening to audiobooks.
Oh,
yes.
If,
For
if
sure.
you have either somebody who doesn't care or isn't connected to the project, that's why I usually like listening to the ones that are written by or spoken by the author.
Yeah.
Right.
Or by somebody who has that voice that you know.
Or who
can get
gives
that. Yeah.
gives a shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
See, that
Patrick
goes
Stewart.
a long way. Or, yeah, well,
He
or
can-
that.
Patrick Stewart
Or that.
He can read Toast. Like
Yeah. Like, put 1 cup of chocolate. Okay, no, that's not even his voice. I fucking love that. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done.
No, wait.
No, let me try.
I need another sample here, Chris. You're selling me on this. I just need.
I was going Connery there, and that was not
I'm gonna say.
and he can read a bagel.
he could, but he's retired. So
I think it was
Well,
dead.
he's passed.
oh yeah, what?
He did.
He's unfortunately
did.
he passed.
Who?
Oh yeah,
He was like
Yeah,
99.
yeah, he is.
Yeah, he did.
A year
Oh.
ago. Yeah,
At least.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
passed.
he did.
Yeah, because unfortunately he had dementia, which is
James-
why he had
James
been.
right. That's why he retired.
Yeah, that's why we hadn't
That's
seen
right.
much of him
Yes,
for a
yes,
long
yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad.
Yeah.
He slapped a
Fuck
lady
this
and then-
podcast.
I think
Do
it
it no
was
more.
Patrick Stewart, though, that at the beginning of the pandemic did like a daily reading of some classic work. I forget what it was, but he did like a
really?
video recording
Yeah.
of him like
Yeah.
sitting in his garden, just like reading a passage from it.
Oh,
The next day he
nice.
did another one. And I was like,
That
it's
is
kind of
nice.
cool. It was a very like comforting tradition for him to start, you know?
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah, I have to
he
admit,
probably quit at some point through
Probably.
over the last almost
then-
3 years, but
And
yeah.
then Ian McKellar would do his own like counterpoint sonnet, so that way he had like an Xavier Magneto thing. Like, oh, we got the nice
do a
thing
whole-
of Xavier. And
Gotta
then,
The
bring-
important thing
gotta
about
bring
this
that into it, don't you?
description, though, is Jordy is properly doing the podcast to this day, and you must subscribe. I'm telling
yeah,
you.
Jordy. Yeah. You talking with Jordy LaForge, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else would I be talking
I don't know
about?
what other
Jordy.
Jordys are out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
can do the whole thing. It's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Consistency in podcasting is a tricky thing to accomplish.
Fuck it. We don't need it.
Speak-
That's
Speaking
why
of-
we're random. That's
speaking-
why we're.
That's
Speaking
why we're
of which,
consistently inconsistent.
That's right. Yeah.
but 100 plus episodes is nothing to sneeze at.
thank you,
So
thank you.
congratulations to the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Yes.
Yes.
We're making
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Everybody-
mean it's no small feat. So
Yeah.
nicely done.
It's big feet.
Your feet are normal.
size.
I would say we're still medium feet. We're not a big foot.
I'm
Yeah.
normal
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah.
But as we
Normal
say
foot.
quite often, size does not matter.
That's right.
No, what
Not
you
here.
say.
Quite often. AJ always corrects you. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You're like, no, it does. Okay.
Stamina is the most important.
There you go.
AJ.
And if you have an e-bike, you can get up a hill better.
All naked.
yeah,
Yeah,
it all
there
works
you go.
out. It all
Dave,
works
would you
out.
like to talk about bedroom technology? Would that make you more comfortable? Would that
That'll be helpful.
fit it into the bubble? I'm teasing. I can't.
Yeah, biking. For losers. No, I'm kidding.
Something that hasn't
I-
been changed technological
It
wise
has-
much in like it goes through its chunks.
Sure.
Right? It's like
Mm.
here's a bike, and that's how it is for like X amount of years, like 60 some odd years, and then hey, here's a new iteration of the same thing. And,
Yeah.
right. Because
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was kid, they didn't have the big, shock mounts on the spokes.
Yeah, sure,
and
sure.
shit
Yeah,
like
that was the
that.
other thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's always those improvements because that's the big thing. Is that the bike itself? Sure, it is still just
Mhm.
a frame, two wheels.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But like nowadays, like there are those bike versions out there you can pick up with your pinky. I mean, literally.
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
bananas.
And
Wow,
the
eh?
other great thing, they fold.
Yeah.
You can bring them on the go train quite simply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful
Pretty
things like
amazing.
that.
Has anyone ridden a penny farthing?
I have
Oh,
not.
like yesterday.
Oh,
No, I'm
cool.
just kidding. I don't even
No,
know what
you
the hell
seem
that
like a
is.
kind of guy that would ride
I
one.
he
feel
would
it.
definitely ride Penny.
I would ride Penny.
She-
Isn't that what
charge
it's
much.
called? The big one with the big wheel in the front? Or am I thinking of the wrong thing?
What, you know what century we're in? Why?
He's
Yeah, we
referencing
need
some
to
oldie.
Google
Okay,
that.
this is the
Yeah.
time where
And
he
it's
pulled out
been
the
done
phone.
by the guest. I
Okay,
love it.
so here's the thing.
I was about to turn around and get my fucking phone.
Listen,
Because I know what he's talking about.
yeah, I know, but here's the thing.
It
He's
is.
gonna fucking school
Yeah.
us in a second because there's a little known fact about Malcolm because he's talking about bikes and all. Now he's talking about fucking bikes from the 18th century and shit. But you also unicycle,
I do.
right? So that's
While playing with his Uncle Whirly Dervish.
yes. That's,
That was not a
I
euphemism.
don't even know what that means.
It's one of those kids' toys.
yeah.
It had it was like a magnetic thing, and it had a wheel that went around.
Yes,
this wire,
and it was like looped, and you like went
up.
whoopity
Yeah,
whoopity
yeah.
whoopity.
So it's not exactly what it's called because I googled it. It's what they called it on Family Guy once. It was the news guy Tom Tucker. He's like, and now he's an Uncle Whirly Dervish, and he starts playing with it. I'm like, is that really what it's called?
Incredible.
I know, but it's always stuck in my brain.
Incredible.
I love it.
So yes, Penny Farthing. It is. It is. That is what
Okay,
it's called.
yeah.
Show the camera.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
have our editor put in
Yeah,
That's right.
cut.
We'll put
a picture.
we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be there. We'll put,
Whoa,
it,
whoa.
we'll,
in the comments.
we'll put a link in the description.
Yeah.
If you want to go buy your own penny.
Sponsored
If you want to
Bye.
get your own Penny Farthing, come see
Sponsored
Chris
by Penny
Harvey.
Farthings.
Yeah.
Do you? So have you now that you have
No,
seen
I've
one?
never ridden one of those.
Okay.
I've ridden some crazy things, but nothing like that.
Okay.
No.
Have you?
Oh, yeah, pretty crazy.
I need to be very thorough about this. You haven't. You haven't.
I've,
No. Have
Okay.
you?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
no.
But I feel like it would be a cool thing to try because the reason I thought of that is because our modern day bikes, essentially, I think originally were called like safety bikes, right? Because this thing you could crash and
Oh, yeah,
and
that
burn
was
because you were like
almost
way
like-
off the ground, right?
I would
safe.
put that akin to having the balance of unicycle because
Yeah.
it's not, and we've talked about this off air before, like outside having a smoke, that the
Only one of us having to smoke, by the,
the
way.
idea of riding a bike is actually foreign. Like
Yeah, it's
they can't
Sure.
figure out why humans can ride bikes,
yeah.
and it's either the design of the bike itself or I don't
It's
wanna
like
get into that
airplanes.
whole
Just
nonsense.
think you can.
No, that makes sense, Dave.
Also, bumblebees shouldn't be able to fly. But anyway, I'm sorry.
But so that the balance on something like Penny Farthing, I was going to call it Uncle Whirly Dervish, would probably be akin to having to have the same sort of balance as a one-wheeled, having a big wheel and small wheel,
Yeah.
right? As opposed to two.
Yeah,
of
one
the
wheel
same.
with like a training wheel.
Yeah, essentially.
It's
but
almost like a unicycle with a training wheel.
Yeah.
I guess.
and like you're way off the ground, right? So if something goes wrong, I don't know. I would like to try one someday just
and
for
it's
the
direct
sake.
drive.
Why I'm
Yes.
not a fan of
Yeah.
those
Down a
things?
hill, bad news.
Our
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point.
Mhm.
unicycles are direct drive. aren't
Yes.
they? Yeah,
Yep.
they're attached straight to the.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is a version that has been made with like a 2-speed like transmission in the
Okay.
hub for like higher, but I mean it adds complexity and
Yeah.
the failure point, blah blah
Right.
blah. So
Right.
yeah, the vast
Makes sense.
majority that I'm aware of are direct drive. Yeah, you just
would-
get
where
a
would
bigger wheel in order to go faster.
Where would you find such a?
Penny farthings?
Yeah.
They exist. They're out there.
Well, yeah,
There's
you'd have to
probably
like
a
an
place in Toronto that
antiquery.
rents
Probably.
them.
Oh,
we
I
should.
bet.
There's a business
I
in
bet.
London.
There you go.
Let's bring penny farthings to London,
Penny
Ontario.
Farthing's on the thing.
Well,
That's
if you
what
want a
we'll call it.
unique
On the
bike,
fence.
there is the one that's downtown by the mall. I cannot think of the name of it right now, and they always have unique contraptions. I
Which
don't know if they have
one?
that one.
Where?
I can't think of the
We'd have to-
name.
Oh,
Now I'm thinking about
down
this. It's
psychopath?
No, it's
We'd have to
right
Or
hire
two
a guy
wheels,
with
two
a
wheels, two
mustache
wheels, two
to-
wheels.
Got to have a
Yeah.
mustache
Yeah.
and a top hat.
No.
Yeah, a tall
or
hat.
like a flat cap
Sure,
with a
Yeah.
mustache.
sure that works. Is it Billy Bob's Oddities? Is that the shop you're thinking of?
No, no,
Oh.
no,
He's
no,
just making
no,
that.
no.
he's-
Yeah, I did make that.
I don't know. That star lived here forever. I don't know. Where the hell is this?
I went there as a
Beside
small
Novax?
child.
Novax isn't there anymore, Malcolm. So,
Actually,
yeah, I know the pop
brought
they
it
just
back.
had.
Yeah,
it was
they're
cool.
thinking of bringing it back.
Hey, why not?
Mm.
Oh, well, the fuck
Dude, I was
everything
thinking,
was new again.
we're gonna go off topic for a minute while Dave looks at his gadget.
Yeah.
Zellers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're coming back.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm down with this
I don't know
because
if
I feel
am
like it's
either.
going to be like
Yeah.
Zeller's aesthetic, inside it at Hudson Bay,
Right.
with Hudson Bay prices.
Right. So you're
So
gonna
it's
go
not gonna
in.
be Zellers.
You're gonna walk in, and
There's
it's like,
not gonna
oh,
be a
it's the
fucking
fucking
lowest price
bay.
is the law.
There we go.
Bay this shit, bay this, right? Oh, look at that one corner. It's Zellers. You got your fucking Zeddy Bear there, and you got like a little burger they got for fucking
$29
Club Zed points, but their Club Zed points are worth like fucking $300 in Hudson Bay. It's gonna suck.
As long as the
It's
restaurant,
garbage.
I'm in. If the restaurant's there, I'm in.
Well, aren't they doing a food truck with themed Zellers food? I thought that's the first foray that's supposed to come this summer. Is like
I
a
have no
Zellers
idea.
food truck.
Can they
That's
make
re-
it?
that's
Can they
ridic-
make it
that's
taste like
ridiculous.
authentic frozen, just out of frozen food? Like, can they do that? That's the question.
There you go.
Or like
You know?
a fucking margarine slathered grilled cheese with some crinkle
Right.
cut McCain's
Yeah.
frozen fries.
Ooh,
Can they do
sounds
that,
good.
please?
Although their gravy was the best. I remember the gravy was amazing.
So I was going to ask, like, is
Before we get to that, sorry, London Bicycle Cafe.
Oh, yes.
They have very
Oh,
unique
yes.
special
Yeah.
bikes.
I want to go there just because it's a cafe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
wait, hold on. I don't get this because, like, I understand like cat cafes. Like, you go
Sure.
and drink a coffee. It's got a bunch of cat hair and there's a bunch of cats walking around.
This one's got a bunch of bike hair.
I have to admit,
That was
Bike
my
hair
question.
they do serve
The
coffees.
fucking tires shed all over the
But
place.
are they like, here's your coffee, fuck off on a bike? I guess that's my question. Like, they have like
No.
a coffee, like you got to ride your bike.
But AJ, there are some hyperallergenic bikes, you know.
Okay, super cycles.
There it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're out there.
All
I
right.
had a yellow
You were
supercycle.
gonna say.
Oh, did you?
But I think
Uh,
coffee shops and bicycle shops are like a thing. Like, I've been to them in places where people do. You ride there and stop and have a coffee and hang out and get your, I don't know, replacement bike seat and then keep going. Like, it's
Yeah.
Okay.
it is like a weird crossover.
This one I think is more bicycle than cafe, but I also haven't been in shit.
So they have like a
year.
St. Jimmy's, corner store coffee maker in the corner. You just
Well,
go
no,
and
they
put
make
in,
it
like, a
for
Keurig
you.
pod.
And prep
Like it's a
it.
legit-
Oh, they put in the Keurig pod for you.
I don't think it
The
is Keurig,
classiest.
but yeah.
Amazing.
I love that when they say, "Oh yeah, we'll make you a coffee, no problem." Yeah, no, we're
Oh, you want-
professionals. Come
you
on,
want
in.
classy.
What did
You want classy? Go to
What
the
did
joint
you
that
want?
has an espresso.
You wanted
Exactly.
you wanted a Tim Hortons French vanilla. We can do that. Grab the Keurig pod. And put it,
Well,
it's covered up.
I have to
Fine.
admit, I would have more of that station of just the, dried coffee, just, oh, you want coffee? How many scoops?
Do you want to chew on it now or later?
Now, how many scoops do you want
I
there?
love it.
I
love
recommend only one, but if
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
want
your
2,
coffee.
3, no one's
it.
gonna
I
stop
love
you.
it. I love it.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
good.
want to stop in there on my skateboardy time, but
You can't. You got to go to
can't.
coffee and
That's
skateboards.
fucking bike
I
shop,
know.
dude.
I know.
Get out of here with your four
I
wheels.
just want to be a rebel.
Skateboard.
I just want to be a rebel. Be like, hey, fuck you guys.
You've got 4 wheels. Get out of here.
2 wheels, too
Well,
many.
no, but that's what I mean. A lot of their bikes are very specialized. Like
Wait, they have
the-
4 wheels?
They have a version that actually, and I haven't looked at it closely. It actually, I think, has 3 wheels.
Okay.
So they
That's
have
called a
those.
trike.
Trike.
Yep, but they also and they also have the basket one, which might be the 4. But they
Oh,
have the
yeah.
2
That's
and
a
then the 2.
recumbent bike.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a
As they
lot.
call
They have
it.
the whole variety of them.
That's the
That's
one where
cool.
you ride it like this.
Yeah.
Can you rent them?
Oh, here we go again. I have built and ridden more than one of those
Oh, yeah?
recumbent
Oh,
bikes.
yeah.
It's a good time.
I remember
Would
you
recommend.
Send a video.
I have
There you
one in
go.
my shed.
All right.
A video?
Yes, that's where I keep them. I don't. I don't
That's where
trust.
Malcolm keeps all his videos. Is in this shed. He's like, I'm not fucking letting you see the light of day. That's
I don't trust
insane.
those passwords.
Passwords suck.
Let me guess. If I want to watch it, if I want to watch it, I just have to go into the shed with you, right?
Yeah, just follow me to the shed.
Let's go to Uncle Malcolm's shed.
It's gonna be great.
Come here, I got a video for you. What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was actually an episode
I'm sure it
of
was.
Different Strokes.
What? What to do a shed to watch a video? Oh no!
The 2 kids, the little kid Arnold and his buddy went into the bike shop that was owned by the guy who played Mr. Carlson from WKRP, and he did things.
Oh no!
He did things to the other little boy.
No! Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I have zero memory of this.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that episode
No.
No.
or erased from my memory.
I just
'cause,
remember it being Mr. Carlson.
Mr. Carlson.
You should be running a radio station, not
Should be right.
a weirdo bike shop.
Actually, maybe he shouldn't be running a radio station.
Yeah.
Hey, kids, come on down.
There weren't any kids working at the radio station.
Well, that works out.
Yet, anyways.
But yeah,
All right.
bike shops and coffee
Yeah, bike shops and
just
coffee.
doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
The nice. It's a
a
nice.
I
bike
would
it's a
shop.
rather-
hipster thing.
I've been
I
happy
would
with
rather
the
do that
service.
than go to fucking another Tim Hortons drive-through. That's for
Yeah.
sure. Hell yeah.
Penny Farthings and coffee, though.
Hey,
but be on
hey,
board with that,
Hey,
right?
That's a different story.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
As long as the coffee's being made the same as the 1800s way.
Yeah.
Right?
You actually have to like roast
Right.
it yourself.
Yes. It's slow. It's a slow
There were some
experience.
terrible jokes in there.
Yep.
Speaking of
wow.
Penny Farthing,
Yes.
in my experience when trying out fun ways of transportation,
Yeah.
anything that typically needs a second person to get on it
Ah.
is not a good time for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
feel like I'm not going to enjoy the Penny Farthing. One, getting on it's going to suck balls, and two, getting off when I inevitably fall off.
Exact-
It, 'cause that's
also-
gonna happen. It's going to suck even more.
Well, no, that one won't suck. That one will take.
No, I'm sure. Yeah. Oh my
I
gosh.
prefer the bouncy ball with the little handle.
Yeah, a little.
Those are actually really creepily fun.
Mm.
I have been on those before, and it's
Yeah.
one of those things of just God. What is so stupid?
Yeah, no,
fun
exactly.
about
Yeah,
this?
sometimes stuff are.
Yeah.
Yeah, hoppity hip or
Hippity hop?
hippity hoop.
Yeah, and you heard to see how
remember
high you
those.
can bounce it.
Hippity
I don't think
hoop.
I've ever been on one of those.
Oh, they're fun.
Well, Chris,
You've
you
never
got to
been
add it to your
stoned
list.
at
That's-
3
I gotta
a.m. in a
be on
Walmart? No.
No,
Stoned at 3
never.
a.m. in the Walmart?
back
never
in the
did
days where
that.
they were 24-hour.
Yeah.
I remember the days where stores were 24
I
hours.
didn't give a shit. We just opened up their products and play with it in store.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, no, I never did
Remember
that.
those days now?
No,
Mm.
not me. No,
It was the other Chris.
that was
Don't
the
worry.
other Chris.
It was
Yeah,
the other
that other
Chris.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but I'll watch you try it. I believe
I might.
that happen.
I might seriously try to track one
I would
down
love
tonight.
to see. Yeah, I wonder if there.
Are we talking about
I'm not to ride it. I'm going to work
Are we still
on
talking about-
tracking it
according-
Are
down.
we still talking about
No,
hippity hops?
we know how to get
No
hippity
pogo
hops.
sticks for your bum?
Yep, is right.
Yeah, no.
I have ridden a pogo stick.
Have you?
No,
I could.
I've never
could
tried
never-
one.
I could never. I don't have the balance.
I was able to get
Uh,
it going. I don't know how high up, but I was able to get it.
I did not
through.
find
Okay.
it was fun in any
No,
stretch.
it doesn't feel like a fun time. Like
Yeah.
it's
It
like,
just
okay.
bounce. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
bounce.
bored
Yeah.
of this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done it. And, yeah.
It's like meh.
They used to have one that used to put like a bullet casing or something in.
I
like,
saw
back
a
in the
YouTuber
70s.
do something. He got a hold of
Yeah.
one.
And it used to be like you put like
Like-
a cartridge, like almost like a shotgun
Oh.
cartridge,
Yeah.
and you just,
Like rocket
Oh, that's-
assisted. That seems,
yeah. But apparently, kids were like,
yeah,
Well,
seems like a terrible
jab
Of
plan.
course,
up in their
kids are gonna
chins and
fucking
shit
do
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
It was
Yeah.
one of those discontinued toys videos. Yeah, something like that.
Yep, yep. For good reason, I feel like.
Yeah,
an
yeah,
actor.
that
And
was
lawn darts.
Yes.
Yeah,
lawn
lawn
Also not
darts.
amazing through the skull.
Yeah.
No. Are those still? Do they still make?
No.
lawn
They
darts?
make the safety version now.
Oh, okay,
They're like
the nerfed ones.
weighted.
yeah, weighted with the soft cushions.
Yeah.
I have to
Which
admit, I've
seems
had
like
that.
a much better plan.
Oh, definitely.
To be honest, it felt the same when I played it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Unless you were using your lawn darts for actual hunting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
mean,
have to admit,
okay.
if you were able to do that, that's quite a skill.
Okay. I mean, you make a solid point.
Hunting's a skill in the first place.
that-
That's fair too.
You got to take into account
Technically,
wind
isn't that
and
like-
direction and
Hunting by mortar, like actually, basically,
yeah.
yeah.
That'd be like bow and arrow without the bow.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
like
my gosh.
throwing an arrow at
That's
something.
insane.
Wow.
That's how you're supposed to hunt.
That's what it's
That's
supposed to
fair.
hunt. Yeah.
Right, right. It balances the.
Right? The animal still
yeah,
has a chance to like look up and go,
Oh.
"Oh shit!"
Because all animals look up. That's what they do all the time.
Well, you hear the whistle every day.
Every day.
It's an animal thing.
That's where we get it from.
I also sometimes
you know?
look up.
And he would technically be in the animal family.
That's true.
Technically speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I'm not even offended.
I love
6
it.
degrees of Kevin Bacon right there.
Or Malcolm. One or
Yeah.
the other, really.
I'm sure Malcolm's seen a Kevin Bacon movie.
I don't think
therefore,
he has, actually.
6 degrees
I
of
don't
Kevin
think you know
Bacon.
Malcolm's fucking history. I guarantee he probably
I
hasn't
bet
seen
you.
one.
I bet you. I bet you. One.
Have you seen Footloose?
No.
Then no, he's not seen a Kevin Bacon movie. I can tell you this. Being
You
his
can tell
friend.
me this.
I was
almost
unprepared for
confident he's never seen one. Maybe have you seen the new Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special?
No.
Then no, I don't think he's seen. I was thinking Kevin Bacon
Have you
movie.
seen a movie called Quicksilver about bike
No.
messengers from the 80s?
No. I can do
Quicksilver?
this.
seen it either. I just know about it.
I can do this all night.
I love it. I love
No.
it.
He'd be the hardest guy to play 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, he really would be. Yeah, he's like, almost anything will stop at Malcolm. It's like, fuck, we can't play this game no more.
Wow,
Yeah.
rough.
Nothing rude.
Rough.
It's just like, I mean, if it's Pornhub, I'm sure he'll be able. He'll grease the wheels.
No,
What?
the
Okay,
wheels.
Oh my god! What?
Back to penny farthings.
Penny farthings.
I'll grease the wheels of your penny farthing.
Well,
Hi-yo.
hey.
All right.
On that note, lettuce.
Who needs rails? Who needs them?
Who needs rails when you have a penny farthing?
We got penny farthing. Exactly.
right.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought, how much would that suck if your tire blew on a penny farthing? That would be.
They
the
don't have
fucking-
tires.
Oh.
Just
They
a
have
chunk
just like
of
a giant either rubber or steel.
Oh,
There's
fucking
no
rim.
suspension. You're just riding
That's
cobblestone streets and
I
metal
don't
straight
see
to the road.
any benefit to wanting to ride this thing.
It's
There's
just a
nothing.
seat on a fucking barrel hoop.
Oh my fucking word!
Basically.
That's-
Oh lord!
Really, what you need to do is get one of these, but have it in such a manner that somebody can sit behind you on the small wheel. You go to a nice
think they did
club.
have those. I think they did
you
have
pick up a fine
people's
other
ones.
partner of your choice. Hey, come for a ride in my special
Well, first
vehicle.
you'd have to make sure they were, and that's probably why they had the carnival game that where you hit the hammer and the ding ding with the bell. You had to find somebody strong enough to help you up with the penny. So if you were going to the club to pick up somebody, you had to make sure that they had enough strength
Yeah.
Well,
to get it going.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
clubbing was such a big event
Yeah.
back then.
it
for sure.
was.
Yeah.
Your theory is very complex, but I feel like it follows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
That was a lot.
It's the origin of carnival games.
It all goes back to penny farthings.
Yep.
All of it. Yeah.
Done.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right, this was a good
I
episode.
hope that's the title of this episode. Something to do with penny farthings.
Oh, that will definitely be the quote that's pulled out.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that might
It
even be
all
the
goes
clip
back.
for the short that we do.
Yeah.
Will be the whole penny farthing bit.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah,
Well,
for
bit.
sure.
Whoa, I didn't realize we were doing a bit.
No, it's
Oh,
legit.
no,
This
I
is
didn't
real.
compare
It's
a
real.
bit.
It's real.
This
It's
is
real.
all
It's
real.
all
Yeah.
It's all real.
Yeah.
It's all real life.
Yeah.
right
Yeah,
now.
because if we're going to talk about a bit, we can talk about this whole these vehicles that people drive or something with.
Yeah.
Those
Whatever
are
this
F.
new nonsense.
Yeah,
Stupid
yeah.
idiots.
Aeroplane.
Yeah.
Oh, there's even. Oh.
You leave the ground?
Yeah.
Outrageous.
Crazy.
Yeah, you know what? They
Yeah.
really just jump off of the
I
freaking
thought
hill.
trains
That's it.
were mind blowing.
Yeah.
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 Still are.
Coal combustion.
Yeah.
Mm.
The important way to really get that mind-blowing experience with a train is just put your head on the track and watch it come towards you.
That's mind squishing.
No, it'll blow.
No, it will blow.
I guess it depends on the
Literally
pressure.
everywhere.
If it came down like here, maybe.
Oh yeah, no, you got to make sure
Right.
your head's on the
Yeah.
actual.
Oh, it's
I'd
very-
say that's
on
more
the
of a
track.
squish.
Yeah.
No.
I guess we just got back on track there.
I guess we did. Yeah, look at this guy. Finally, his dad jokes are funny.
Hey,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
2 times. They're going to be 2 times as powerful now.
2 times.
Yeah, because
Oh, I guess
got another
so.
one on the
That's
way.
true. Yeah, that's
Oh.
right.
So
Yeah.
they're going to be 2 times as
That's
powerful.
right.
Double,
Gotcha,
double
gotcha.
Taylor's
potency.
Yeah.
dad jokes better be the best dad jokes.
They will be.
All right. I'm
They'll
I'm
be
enthused.
tailored just to you.
Hmm.
okay. That was dumb. Don't do that.
That was and that was a dad joke.
I love it.
That was horrible. That was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
Ridiculous. All right. Well, what else? Any other pathways you want to lead us down? Or
He's
just like, why did I
come here? He's like, oh,
Why am I here?
it's time to leave.
I'm doing something
anything else?
I can be at home
Literally
just sitting in the chair.
on the can. It would be better than this.
And here I am fucking talking about penny farthings. Fuck's sake.
I mean, I haven't brought up penny farthings in quite some time, so
I love it.
this is a treat.
I'm
There
glad
you
that we
go.
are talking.
There you
about
are.
Yeah,
such
no, this is
ridiculous
good.
We really
Thanks
that
for
was
the
our
venue.
goal for tonight was really to get you to that level.
Yeah, get something out that
Yeah.
needs to be
Yeah, it needed to be
expressed.
shared. Yeah.
Penny farthings.
I love how we started this conversation talking about technology and we ended on talking about old school technology.
It's true.
Yeah.
But it all comes
yeah.
It all
full
full
penny,
circle. That's
penny
right.
farthing.
Full farthing. That's right. In for a penny and out for a farthing. Okay, no, that's all right. Listen,
A penny farthing for your thoughts.
Would a penny farthing not have actually been a unit of currency as well?
I would imagine
A penny, yes, and a farthing sounds right. So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Because I don't know
Do you
the
think it-
genesis of this.
Do you think it cost a penny farthing to buy a penny farthing?
I'd say it'd be more than that.
I think the farthing's worth more than the penny,
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you did have like 8 pennies and stuff like that, which were like fractions of pennies. So I don't know. Maybe.
Right.
Wow.
That was a thing.
Maybe.
my ancient currency is lacking.
I'll get on it.
All right. Well, that'll be the next
No,
episode.
it's a penny
Conversation.
farthing I'm going to get. on.
Fair enough. All right, gentlemen, anything else we want to discuss or should we wrap this up?
No, this was
Where we
great. I'm happy.
This was fun.
Word.
Cool. And you out there, What are your thoughts on our fun conversation? Are you a fan of penny farthings? Are you a fan of any technology?
Any farthing.
Farthings.
Are you a fan of nickel farthings?
We want to hear from
Any
you.
kind of
I
farthing.
do miss pennies.
Yeah, me
Sorry.
too, actually.
And
Yeah.
farthings.
Indeed.
And shekels.
We want to hear from you. So please keep the conversation going in the comments and let us know what your thoughts about our conversation was today. If you like what we're doing, we have ourselves a Discord server, so you can join the conversation there to join us three. And now we'll probably force Malcolm to join us on the Discord server as well. And we can talk
He
about...
can figure out how to use it.
Yeah,
And tell
that's
me
right.
how to use it.
and then he'll teach AJ how to use it.
No
yeah,
idea.
exactly. But yeah, let's keep the conversation going. So please join us there, and we will talk all things sarcastic distractions and other things. If you like what we're doing, we got ourselves a little buy me a coffee link. You can throw some money to help afford the bubblies and other things like lights and power, all that good stuff. And if you're out there and you're not feeling well in the mental department, we want you to know that you matter, not just to us, but to those around you. It's important to talk about that stuff that's going on inside your head.
Yep.
So if you can't do that with anyone that's in your direct vicinity, we're going to have links up in our description so you can seek the help that you need.
Nice.
But until next time, I've been Harvey.
I'm Dave.
I'm Malcolm.
I was waiting for it to go.
Oh, that
I'd
went
like to point
terribly.
out, see how much better he did on the exit, everybody? I'm Malcolm.
Hi.
I'm glad he remembered to. And
I'm
Clap.
I told you I had no notes.
And I was AJ.
Nice.
And still am.
Still are.
Yeah.
You won't stop being AJ.
Penny farthings away.
And just like that, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Mac, thanks so much for joining us. Thank
welcome.
you for
Thank
joining
you,
our
sir.
fun program. We had a lot of fun. We hope you did too. Let us know what you think. Peace. Have a
Take
great
Bye
day.
now.